Greetings, explorers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Pacific Drive. Episode 10, Stabilize the Way. So, we are heading into the blistering woods. An artisite. Yeah. When I play on my own, I'm the only one to vote. Exactly. Okay, so I need to go.
A bit of a maze. If you get lost, follow the pipes. The limb tech in those stabilizers ran so damn hot, only more limb tech could contain it from complete meltdown.
In order to go deeper into the zone, I need to work to stabilize this area so that I can travel past it by going to 3 stability sites. So I did mention previously that the way to get home, usually, is to go to a zone with gates. So like this, you needs 2k limb for gateway, 2k limb, 1k limb, so on and so forth. So that's one way to get home. The other is to find a zone with zone stabilizers, which this, because it's part of the story mission, has zone stabilizers. Activate the stabilizers. We're about to get hijacked here.
I had to give you an explanation about the mass hallucination event that Tobias and Francis were going on about. Don't worry, I won't be nearly as long-winded, because there honestly isn't much that we know about it. It happened on the morning of September 14th, 1961. My colleague, Dr. James Kay, was conducting experiments at a highly classified site in the Deep Zone. He was assisted by my husband, Dr. Alan Turner. At 0400, their experiment unleashed a gamma-ray surge that instantly killed both of them. The surge was an impossible amount of energy, orders of magnitude greater than any man-made source. It also triggered hallucinations in anyone awake within a 10-mile radius. It was a burst of widespread insanity, but only for a short moment.
Trying to see if this is a new... Oh yeah, this is a new anomaly. Time to scan it. For science. So we already interacted with these Minutemen. Oh, well, this is a new anomaly. This is a pacemaker. So the TLDR of pacemakers is they're very much like the transmuters, but it's an unknown, without, wikiing it, it's an unknown recipe. So you put stuff in, you get stuff out. That would be the TLDR. And then the other anomaly around here sort of disappeared. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Crackling crawlers. So crackling crawlers have sort of like a patrol pattern, and they drop arcing Minutemen behind them. And as Ophelia said, or Alpi said, if I get lost, just follow the pipes, because the pipes lead to the stabilizer points. Oh, there's another anomaly. A new one. Spike puddles. Spike puddles are like cop spike strips. Run over them and they screw up your tires. You stand on them, they hurt you. With puncture damage. Do Vipers consume battery? What do you mean Viper? Wipers, you mean? No. Or maybe, but like so inconsequentially you're not gonna notice. I certainly have never noticed, but it's one of those, like, maybe if you left them on for 20 minutes, it would consume a little. So this is a zone stabilizer, the building that we're in, which this is just going to tell you that if you don't have the K-lim energy to make it home, you can stabilize the zone to make it home anyway with zone stabilizers. So,
you know, 30 seconds of hallucinations sure didn't feel short when I was free-falling through outer space. Heck of a ride, though. Did you know the rings of Saturn sing?
I saw disembodied arms. Tons of them. They were grasping and crawling.
And, what about you, Uppy? What did you see?
I saw nothing.
How is that possible? Everybody else saw something.
Must have passed me by. I don't know what to tell you.
But weren't you working in your lab that night?
And weren't you supposed to be doing your research rather than keeping track of my whereabouts?
Okay. Wow. Touchy.
There's another pacemaker. Is that a squire? Yeah, that's a squire. Don't grab me, bro. Oh, it's not a squire. I got debated. Well, I'm here. Might as well see what it has. I'm going to do a quick dip in my head in to grab only the chemicals here in this artist site. Because chems are one of those things, like, you kind of have to grind for, and I'm standing around a bunch of Arda trailers, so I might as well just grab the chems.
Now that we know the remnants were connected to the mass hallucination, maybe we
And
can
whatever
figure
I
out
see
what
on the
caused
way
it.
in and out.
Oh, boy,
Not making an effort to be thorough.
Don't start. Dr. K and Alan clearly uncovered some new way of using limb to motivate.
This might not be
gamma
safe for my
ray
car,
burst.
though, because there's a...
Yes, precisely. Where do gamma rays come from? But outer
There's a-
space.
Feedback
lot of
on planet
electricity
Earth,
around.
Kid. There are plenty of terrestrial sources of gamma rays. Thunderstorms, for example.
No. You said it yourself. The energy levels from that night were much greater than anything we've seen on Earth.
Sure, but going straight to aliens when there's countless perfectly scientific possibilities. Perhaps Dr. K and Alan developed a limb-assisted mass particle collision. Or, heck, tapped into some sort of gamma ray reservoir.
A reservoir? Or a portal?
A portal. To where exactly?
To Atlantis.
Of course! Now why didn't I think of that? That's absolutely it.
So far, the car has been safe. Not me, though. I'm, like, standing right in the electricity path. Oh, my flare burned out. I've not been really checking for electricals all that much. Ooh, notes. Okay. Time to dodge. Ah! Stop following me! I don't think there's time to put stuff away. Just close the door and floor it. Is that a... No, that's not a good bunny. That's not a hopped up bunny, that's a bolt bunny. The hopped up bunny... Oh, it's radiation here. The hopped up bunny would have repaired me, or charged me up. The bolt bunny immediately starts doing damage. Pretty similar to one another, but they both charge out, but one hurts while it does it. Like looking at 9 volt. I don't know what path I'm supposed to be taking exactly. Oh, don't, no. More power. Alright, time to get a little shocked. I don't think there's a way around this. Give it more juice! Alright, there we go. Definitely not the path I was supposed to take, but it works. Thanks to off-road tires. How's my fuel? Ah, it's 2/3. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, weird. Yeah, there's like a spot. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought my headlights were on, but it's that spotlight. So I no longer have space, which is good, because I'm about to bolt down out of here anyway.
You've never cared about any of the zone's stories and superstitions. So, why now? What's in this for you?
What I do is not and has never been any of your business.
You're asking us to trust you, so yes, it's our business now.
How about this? You two sign off and count orbs or whatever it is you like to do, and I'll get the driver to the mass hallucination source myself.
Excuse me?
No. Tobias found this remnant. This is his discovery.
Sure. And I'll send you a nice gift basket to mark the occasion. But I won't let anyone interfere with this.
The hell with that! We either throw everything we can at this thing, or we lose this chance, and the answers to the mass hallucination are gone forever.
This isn't like one of your little Sasquatch hunts. I'm not letting you get your tinfoil pseudoscience anywhere near this. This is too damn important to me.
It sure didn't seem too important earlier, when you messed up and nearly killed the driver.
You want to play that game? You really want to talk about our track records?
Screw you, Uppy.
I'd rather run this remnant into the ground than work with either of you.
Forget it. We're wasting our breath with this old bat. There's gotta be another way.
She's out of her mind. I can't do this.
Look, if you want to waste your precious time picking apart bird droppings and squinting at constellations, by all means, follow their lead. But we're better off without them, trust me. I'll get you through no matter what.
This really is my last chance.
Well, it's not all happiness and paradise, as you just heard. Uppy is an 80-year-old woman who doesn't have a lot of tolerance for people. But, like, part of me wants to say, who could blame her? She's been alone. Most people in the zone have been alone, more or less, for a long time. And have kind of lost their ability to be kind to one another. They desocialized. Did I use up my liberator? I must have. Don't see it there. Yeah, I did, didn't I? I was going to take this armor panel, but I'll scrap it instead. Oh, it's in my pack? Oh, oops. Yeah, it was in my pack. I still got a thermostat crystal. 2 of them. So, could be worse. But my inventory is just about full up. So, let's get out of here. Return home with all of our loot and spoils. One thing that you might have noticed is the bolt bunnies that have been hopping on. You can kind of scrape them off just by like... Oh, that looks like a honeypot. I'm not looting you. You can kind of scrape them off by like brushing up against stuff, so that's what I did. So taking a look at this elevation map, I'm not going to be able to climb that, so I'm going to have to drive around and approach it from the proper area. Because that is too steep, for this car at least. So as soon as it looks like I can go right, I'll hill climb. No, it's still too steep. Yeah, pretty lucrative run. You know, I scrapped a Squire or 2 and some other stuff. Filled my inventory. Got chems and rubber and all that lovely material to keep me going. There is a lot of electricity damage in this zone. So if I keep driving this way, I'm going to meet up with a dirt road. The roads here, the spotted ones are either bridges or tunnels, and then the jagged ones are like dirt roads, dirt paths, and the solid ones are paved. Usually. Sometimes they're a little more unpaved than paved with road damage, but for the most part. So somewhere ahead of me, there's going to be a dirt path that I can take to the last stabilizer. Right here. And unlike past runs, not too much damage done to this bad boy. It's in pretty good condition. For now. That can always change. I say as my like hood gets over damaged.
All right, we're in business.
Stabilizers are coming online, and the way looks clear, but I'm also getting spikes. The stability in your region is tanking. Get out of there. Fast.
Danger time! Exiting the danger zone. Not a lot of oomph in this engine. It's also warning me about... Oh, that's a guardrail. Warning me about low fuel. And yeah, you can see the kind of crazy atmospheric effects when the radiation is closing in. Good times. So this road more or less takes me, not exactly directly, but maybe more quickly than bushwhacking, to the gate. I'd love to be able to punch it, but this thing doesn't have horses. Oh, we're getting zapped. I ain't going around that. Oh, don't abduct me. That'd be annoying, getting, like, ripped out. Oh god, the abductor! The abductor grabbed me right at the end. .3 stable energy. Drove
Nice work
8.5
out there.
miles.
The sector stabilizers are fully operational. You've got a straight shot toward the expansion wall. One more thing. You may want to consider armoring up a bit. Once you cross that wall, the
Mid-zone is another beast altogether.
So the game's kind of telling
Are
me
you making use of
it
my
gets worse.
fabrication station to fix up that
Junker, you should while I'm still in the mood to allow it. And there's the test track behind the garage, if you need to take anything from a spin.
Alright, steel panel, let's shred. I repaired a steel door that I'll probably shred. We're kind of moving on to armored stuff at this point. This off-road tire isn't doing me any harm sitting there, so I'm just going to let it sit there. Do I have quirks? I do. 1. And our first loot shelf is just about completely full. So this has a door and panel that maybe I'll put on now, because I can afford to repair it. Before I shred the steel, I should inspect the car, though, because any of my panels or doors could become worn out and need to be replaced. There's also this peculiar one that I'm probably going to pull. If I recall correctly, you can't really shred these. No. But I don't like using them because they're not repairable. They're one use. Looks like nothing is worn out, though, which is good. Actually, I'd rather have this be the armored door, because I have more side storage on this side than the other one. Alright, so we got our tire. Liberator has like a charge or two left. Putty is running low. But I think we have... Yeah, we have a little bit of putty here. So let's putty up a little bit of damage. I should get us into the 90s. Yep, 92%. It's not terrible for like a fairly armored car. According to this, the headlights and this door are the most damaged. Got it. Alright, we still haven't emptied Not even close. So we've got a crowbar shifter that I want to use because that sounds awesome. Also looks awesome. And some paint. And decals and all sorts of good stuff. Mikade, thank you for the Bezos bucks. And a new sticker of Horse Girl. You know what? I want to be a horse squirrel today. There, I'm a horse girl. With a crowbar, shifter. Oh, I didn't actually install the... yeah, didn't actually install the crowbar shifter. Try that again. Crowbar shifter on. Cool. Horse girl. Alright, what else do I have? I have a bunch of lab notes and the like. Stick them in the lab notes locker. So this will just be like spare tools and lab notes and the like, just because I'm filling up my my inventory pretty quick. Which is good, right? Like, you know, it is a loot game. So the more loot you have, the more options you have. So that is all emptied out, and the car is short of one quirk, which I have no idea what kind of quirk it is. Short of one quirk, it is all set. I'll try to do quirk diagnostics and take some guesses, though. And you guys want me to choose the next run. Cool. Well, with that said, what kind of research do you want? So the options, if you're wondering, if we went with garage, I would probably get the investigator module to make it a little bit easier to investigate quirks. Yeah, definitely that's what I would get. And maybe another expanded locker, because we have a lot of stable energy. Tools. Hand vac, if we went with material and tool upgrades. Headlights, I would probably go with... No, I can't afford that. I would get relightable flares, I suppose, so that we can light them and turn them off and keep them. Car bodies, I would unlock armored parts, but some of the armored... Or I think all the armored stuff requires energy that I don't have. So there's not much to do there. Expansion racks. I can go for a roof rack upgrade. That's actually one that I had mentioned I wanted because it leads to some upgrades that I love. Or get our last side rack. Or both, actually, because I have enough stable energy. I also mentioned that I love the mini turbines, so that'd be another thing to get. Or to get more horses under our hood. The Turbolight engine, which is worse miles per gallon, but a lot more horsepower. If you leave it up to me, I will try to make wise choices. Which seems to be the case. Okay, so let's do that. I would love a roof rack. Absolutely love a roof rack. So, let's get roof rack. Oops, no, don't warp. So, we have a roof rack up there. Sweet. Then... The auto parker's kind of nice. It's a quality of life thing, where when you hop out of the car just parks itself. And when you hop back in, you put it in drive. The putting it in drive can be a little annoying if you're on a hill, because if you don't have the handbrake that's installed in here somewhere, if you don't have the handbrake as a action, you can just, before you even turn the ignition, you can start sliding down the hill. But I do like the auto parking, because it allows you to like bail in and out of your car way more rapidly. On the roof, the reason I really wanted the roof rack is the roof storage XL, which I gotta remember where that is. That is here. So that requires unstable energy, so I'm not gonna get that just yet. And that all requires advanced workbench, so I need to earn up to advanced workbench first. The other thing that I really wanted was the turbines, the mini turbines. They're one of my favorite parts, so you guys left it up to me. I'm going to unlock it. And the reason I love the mini turbines is it's almost always very windy. And then when it's not windy, when you're driving fast, the turbines will still spin. So they essentially generate power when you're driving fast or when it's windy. And that kind of allows you to convert gas into power. Because if you're low on battery power, if you're just driving fast, your car will recharge, which is super freaking sweet. So let's also unlock the last side rack so that we can get one of those turbines. So I'm going to move this storage back one so that when I'm at the trunk, I have access to both storages out of convenience, and then put a turbine there. So we'll have lightning on one side, turbine on the other. Sweet. All right, I'm starting to detail the car community challenge now that we have some colors and decals. And then I am going to make a circuit board and unlock the investigator module, because it can be very tricky to... Wow, that was my last electronic. I need electronics badly. It can be very tricky to diagnose quirks. So having an investigator module makes it the life a little bit easier. So in reading this upgrade, let's find it. This thing is essentially, you pay for hints. Where is it? Oh, well, whatever. So down here, if I hold V as in Victor, I can pay stable anchor energy for hint about what quirk it might be. And the cost goes up every time we pay for a hint until we go on a run and come back. So there is at least one quirk in the car right now that requires diagnostics that I won't know what it is until we figure it out. So I'm going to try to figure it out the old-fashioned way briefly and then pay for a hint if I can't. Okay, I thought I heard something pop. Let's check radio, wipers. Turning hard, swerving. I'll do a little drive around the garage yard here. It also could be one of those things like... Did I hit that twice? I think I did. Could be one of those things like if it's so minor that I don't notice it, it's not a big deal. So let's try to go uphill. Drive slowly uphill. Slowly downhill. I'm not noticing anything yet. You will regularly pick up new quirks as you play. All right, let's see about opening doors. Hood. Haven't noticed anything yet. Now, it can also be conditions like if the battery goes to 100% or if you start refueling. So taking it for a drive test won't always tell you what's wrong with it. Sometimes you need to refuel. So let's do that as well. Didn't notice anything. And even one hint can significantly narrow it down. Let's recharge it. Because it also could be a condition that is going to be really hard to meet, test driving. I'll give you, for instance, a condition that would be really hard to meet while test driving could be low battery or low fuel, because I would need to drive it around the lot for a very long time in order to even figure those things out. So if you take a look at the monitors here, it's like if an ability is activated, if battery increases, decreases, is low, is empty, is full, or drains quickly, if the car crashes, switches on, moves fast, warps, receives anchor, right? Like, so for instance, if it's a quirk with receives anchor, like there's just no way I'm going to know that here in a garage because I don't have an anchor to stick in. But you can, if you wanted to, you could do all these things individually. Like I could kick it or like somehow launch it off the ground, which would be really hard to do in the garage. Turn the key, open doors, increase, decrease fuel, empty or full, change the shifter, turn the headlights on. So like just running through the standard, turning everything on and off, moving forward and backwards, opening all the doors. If you don't get hints that way, you can hold V to spend some stable anchor energy. And the hint is it's something to do with the car. So it's car, it's one of these. So let's try to warp it and kick it. I'm going to turn on headlights, windshield wiper, dome light, and radio. Didn't seem to do anything, so let's warp it. I don't see any doors open. I don't see lights flickering or dome light or anything. So I don't think it is warp or kick. So we can either pay for another hint, but it becomes increasingly more expensive the more hints you pay for. We can ignore the quirk entirely, or we can just guess. So switches on, switches off. I've done that. Moves fast. I haven't done. Warp I did. Brake I did not do. I've done moves slow and backwards. I haven't done is on incline or is off ground. I can also crash, yeah. So let's try to do a few more of these. I'm gonna do a moves fast if I can, and a crash. So let's turn on everything here and crash, see if anything happens. I might have noticed the wipers moving faster. during the crash, but I'm not sure. We do have 8 free guesses. So let's see if I can't move fast. It's kind of hard to trigger or move fast in this. A, because I have an underpowered engine, and B, because it's a pretty limited space. So I'm going to take some wild guesses. And maybe also repair the... So car crashes. I don't think that this is it, but wipers move fast. Oh! It is! Car something wipers move fast. Car brakes? We have a lot more guesses, so I can take some wild guesses or inspect the wipers as the car does something. So moving forward and backward doesn't seem to be triggers. And I'll look at I'll have you guys see the entire list of triggers. Oh, right. I have to be in the thing. So that we can keep an eye out for it. But ultimately, like, the quirk of my wipers move fast isn't really going to be an issue. Like, big deal, right? It's not a quirk that really matters. So, switches on and off. Brakes is kicked. Incline, uphill, downhill. In fact, I could probably just guess these. So let's do moves downhill, wipers, move fast. Oops. Did that wrong. So car, downhill, wipers fast. Because whatever it is... Oh, I guessed it. It was car moves downhill, wipers move fast. So I can fix that with a mechanical kit, or I can just not care. That's not a quirk that, like, is going to affect me negatively. So I'm not even going to bother fixing it until we're, like, stinking dirty rich, full of free mechanical kits that I can burn. Thank you for tuning in to Pacific Drive, which streamed as a marathon one time only March 16th and March 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that both no feedback can be incorporated because this was streamed as a marathon one time only, and also I ask for no spoilers so people reading the comments don't have the game spoiled for them. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to it. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, viewers that turned out for this marathon, and viewers like you as well that made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow breachers.